So my name is Devin Jones. I am the head pastry chef at the Grand in York, and I kind of oversee anything that has to do with sugar or butter in the hotel, for anything and everyone that needs it. So the Grand used to be a headquarters for the railway up in the north. So it's really has a lot of character, there's a lot of history in this building, and it's quite an iconic building in York. And over the years, we've basically been kind of creating a bit of a buzz, I guess, about the Grand, because it is the only 5-star hotel in York. And York itself is also a city with immense history. I mean, dating all the way back to the Roman times. So I think there's a lot of history about York, and there's a lot that you can do here. We have a few restaurants here at the Grand. We have Legacy, which is our fine dining restaurant, which we're sitting in here, as well as the Rise restaurant. So the Rise, we serve breakfast, we do afternoon tea in the Rise, as well as a dinner service in Rise. We also have the 1906 bar, which is also has a whiskey lounge on the end, so that's where you get your kind of bar service. We also provide food there. There's a lot of pastry to go around, because besides the Legacy, we kind of cater to everyone else in the hotel. So birthday cakes, special occasions, anything that the guest needs, So it's a lot of people, and you kind of have to create some different offering for everyone. Everyone's got to get their little bit of something. I think especially when you're designing an afternoon tea menu, you've got to try and cater to everyone with just one stand of food, So you got to give someone their chocolate thing, something that's less sweet than the others, or something that's got a bit of a tang or a zing in it, just to kind of keep people happy and interested. What I like to do is just break the elements down. So if I decide I'm going to use orange, chocolate, hazelnut, and lime, okay, what can I do with those 4 separate things? I can make this into an ice cream, or that into something hot, something warm. Is it a texture? And then have all little ideas written out of like what I can do to these specific things, and look at them and say, okay, and decide, right, I want that to be crunchy, I want that to be soft, I want this to be hot, and then kind of play around with it. I think that's the fun part. I think that's one of the things I enjoy most, is when you're coming up with new dishes and you get to play around. Having the right people is like key to anything, because I mean, I'm just one person. I think one person can't do anything on their own. So fortunately, I have a team of 4, including myself. So I have myself, a sous chef, a chef de partie, and a demi-chef de partie. And I think it's incredibly important to have the right people with you. Hospitality is a difficult industry, but it's a choice that we make going into it. And there's a reason why we're here. It's not for the money or the long hours. It's because something in us wants to make other people happy. I think that's the core. So I'm originally from South Africa. First job I got was on the entire opposite side of the country in Cape Town. And then I think my first job was making bread and soufflés. I used to watch my exec pastry chef. The desserts are really complicated, and I remember watching them. I remember standing back and thinking to myself, God, if I have half that talent, when I get to them, or at some stage of my life, I'd be really, really happy. And I don't know, pastry just kind of stuck for me. It was like a switch kind of happened, because it's very structured, it's very ordered. You got to be planning is so paramount that you're going to know 3 hours beforehand whether something is going to be made on time or not. So it's really like about multitasking. There's so much potential here, and I think we're slowly getting that ball rolling on moving where we'd like to go. We've had a lot of success in the past year, and I'm really looking forward to where we're going to be heading this year.